Thank you for the warm welcome, St. Kitts. Prime Minister, Dr. the Honorable Timothy Harris, political leader and Deputy Prime Minister, Honorable Sean Richards, Cabinet Ministers, Members of Parliament, former Members of Parliament present today, executive members of the People's Action Movement, delegates, members and supporters, members of the Diplomatic Corps, specially invited guests, well-wishers, ladies and gentlemen, those I have forgotten to call out, a pleasant good afternoon to you. I bring you greetings from the loving people of St. Lucia, and extra special wishes from the proud people of the historic town of the constituency of Soufrière, which I represent. It is with the depths of love, humility, respect, and admiration that I bring you the warmest of greetings from your sister party of St. Lucia, the United Workers' Party. From our Prime Minister, the Honorable Alan Chasney, the party leadership, cabinet ministers, our vivacious members and supporters, that I extend congratulatory wishes of the hosting of your 53rd convention. We are indeed pleased to be here in this great moment of historical significance to share with you this auspicious occasion. It is with great honor, humility, and grace that I welcome this marvelous opportunity to address you on this auspicious milestone of 53 consecutive calendar years of commitment, passion, and undeterred resolve in the service of the people of St. Kitts and Nevis by the People's Action Movement. Ladies and gentlemen, your longevity, your very existence is the very essence of unity. 53 years is indeed a long, long time to be in service to your people. Friends, while longevity is important, what is of even more significance is the value and worth of what you do. This must be accompanied along with the sincerity of purpose, will, passion, and devotion with which you as a political party continue your duties and undertaking pro-growth strategies and policies for the people, with the people, in the advancement of the people. In the immortal words of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., the quality, not the longevity of one's life is what is important. The same is true for any organization, particularly one concerned with achieving the public goals of society, which is the broadest definition of what politics is all about. Brothers and sisters, I submit to you the People's Action Movement existence of more than half a century can only be possible because you believe in the value and meaning of oneness, not only for one person, but oneness for all of St. Kitts and Nevis. Friends, I submit that through these years of triumphs and struggles, as a PAM family of brotherhood and sisterhood, you have learned to live together, work together, struggle together, and fight together, because in the very depths of your hearts and souls, you know that it is only by sticking and binding together you can succeed. After all, you have done it for 53 years. As a progressive and forward-thinking political party, you have always stayed true to the view in the importance of unity of the entire population and the integration of all classes. The People's Action Movement holds true its philosophy, which focuses on the common goal of keeping together to succeed, and can only be attained in unified strength. Ladies and gentlemen, your convention theme, Together We Succeed, is an apt reminder that you must always keep fighting and working for the causes, principles, programs, and philosophies that you believe in. Your present structure as a coalition government is a testimony of the basic principle: to succeed, you must work together. For where there is unity, there is always victory. For where there is the People's Action Movement, there is always unity, love, wisdom, and progress. This is very clear in the formation of your perfectly balanced team from 2015. Your progressive outlook and approach have kept you together for over 50 years, and I urge you to remain and work together as unity guarantees continued success. Colleagues, your success must never be measured solely in a partisan aspect, but by the results derived from prudent policies designed for national development based on strategic leadership, serving orders, delegating effectively, rule of law, moral integrity, transparency and participation, effectiveness and efficiency, responsibility and accountability. That is the fountain of love and purpose that will sustain this forward and progressive movement of the people. I sincerely urge you to continue to speak with meaning, commitment, passion, and love for the cause of the people. Friends, let your voice as a political party never become quiet. Let your voice ring and echo the sentiments and aspirations of the people as you continue to do in the philosophical principles of a democratic, people-oriented development in which the government creates the climate and opportunities for the private sector of large and small entrepreneurs to generate economic growth. Ladies and gentlemen, you must never lose sight of your party's admirable position in standing firm in its belief to bring relief to the poorest of the poor, creating new opportunities for the youth, dignifying the status of women, opening employment opportunities so as to raise the quality of life for all. Friends, you must always continue to cement and articulate these profound underpinnings as the party. For the day you become voiceless of the concerns of the people, your voiceless whispers will be construed as nothing more than the time when your silence is synonymous with betrayal to the cause of the people. That you must avoid at all costs. My friends, 53 years ago, you came together, and that was the beginning. Today, you are here, keeping it together. That is progress. The binding cord of unity is working together day in and day out, and that is the ultimate measure of success. You see politicians finger like. The old adage informs us that a chain is strong as its weakest link. As a party, and more importantly as a people, you must ensure that all components are reinforced to yield successful outcomes. Brothers and sisters, there is commonality in the political blood type that runs in the veins of our two sister parties, the United Workers' Party of St. Lucia and the People's Action Movement of St. Kitts and Nevis. A sharp examination and analysis of the political history of your party, the People's Action Movement, reveals that both our parties have similar political DNA and was birthed about the same time, just 1 year apart. 1964, in the case of St. Lucia's UWP, and 1965 for the People's Action Movement of St. Kitts and Nevis. Both parties had great leaders who led them into independence in the persons of your very own great party leader and first Prime Minister, Dr. the Right Honorable Sir Kennedy Simmons. Whilst we had the father of our nation, Sir John Compton. These two esteemed leaders guided both parties and governed dominantly in the country's post-independence era for almost 2 decades and managed the affairs of their respective countries during crucial times of national and regional development. Brothers and sisters, they both carved out a vision for the people to have a meaningful life based on unity, resourcefulness, courage, extraordinary leadership based on growth and development and people empowerment. They purpose their lives, sacrifice and toil relentlessly towards making the countries a better and safer place to live, work, and do business. These legends and thinkers realized from the onset that for vision to be transformed into reality, it must be buttressed on the shoulders of meaningful action that is people-focused. Otherwise, the dream of a better life for the people of the region shall remain just a fleeting illusion to be pursued. My friends, as a party and a partner of the Team Unity government, I find it rather challenging to resist the temptation to remind you that action devoid of strategic vision is meaningless. It is only when vision intercepts purposefully with calculated action that a rainbow of meaningful and colorful possibilities can exist. Once nurtured and given the enabling conditions conducive for germination, such possibilities will unleash potential and opportunities for growth that is beyond limitless. Colleagues, friends, ladies and gentlemen, one of the fierce and urgent challenges of governance and leadership is the issue of succession. I can tell you clearly that this is a matter for all political parties to address with immediacy. It must be clear for all to see and understand, and it must be communicated without any trace of ambiguity. For indeed, it can and does land even the best of political parties in the barren desert of political wilderness. Friends, the absence of clear political succession breeds and creates a monster with an enormous appetite that seeks to only feed on division, with a power so strong that it becomes the darkness that dims the lights of unity and progress. It is a kind of political animal and creature that renders many a great political party away from the proposition of governance, but into the abyss of political opposition. In your case in St. Kitts, it took 20 years before you were re-elected to governance. Our time in opposition in St. Lucia, though not a long period as you, was equally challenging. An alliance was conceived, but it was not carried to full term and resulted in premature termination. Our party went back to the drawing board to re-strategize, re-energize, and remobilize to formalize a vision at the altar of unity. It was then the light of hope spread the joyful sunshine of victory at the polls in 2016. My friends, the constituency where I serve presently was represented by the opposition for 20 years. It took the faith of Abraham, the courage of Job, and unity of purpose, and the conviction of great will and strength of a determined people to reverse the margins, which make me wear this victorious smile of service to my people, country, and the region. I applaud the coalition of Team Unity in coming together and returning economic prosperity to the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. Having presented surplus budgets for the 2 previous financial years and a positive outlook of 2018, which is further improvement from 2017, I have no doubt that Team Unity will continue to register the hope of progress and growth for the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. Back home in St. Lucia, we were able to record a 2.5% growth in the economy and a 4% reduction in unemployment. Friends, colleagues, one of the key functions of any organization, including a political party, is not only to be strategic and to deliver to the people programs, policies, development investments to transform lives, but also laying the foundation for sustaining the legacy of this great party. The future of the People's Action Movement lies in preparing its youth, its men and women, by injecting fresh blood to help sustain another 52 years of commitment, love, progress, and amazing leadership. Helen Keller reminds us that the flow of civilization would not be forward in movement if there was no youth. Brothers and sisters, the Arab Springs, the activism of youth in France and Hong Kong, just to mention a few places, serves to remind us of the hot volcanic lava, boiling activities of youthful enthusiasm, and how the abundance of fertile energies could be directed if we fail to include and engage our youth, the trustees of posterity. The youth face many issues in the world, but these issues go unheard. Since the youth would better understand other young people, the best way to improve this new generation would be through politics, which is a tool used to take action for development. Your human resources are the greatest asset of PAM, and how you lead, motivate, and inspire your future leaders is vital for building and sustaining a strong and vibrant political party. An exciting, pulsating, and invigorating party focused on people leadership, youth participation and involvement, maintaining economic buoyancy, law and order, strategic leadership, and meaningful and quality representation of the people's interests and concerns, not once a month or once a year, but all the time, by making sure that the people always comes first. That is something you must never lose sight of, honorable political leader, executive members of Team Unity. The people comes first. Our attitude and desire for a new and better St. Lucia is anchored on our philosophy of relentlessly pursuing the injustices that needs resistance and facilitating the causes that needs assistance. As small island developing states, we must be very mindful to the turbulent winds of globalization, the challenges of sovereignty, the undeniable impacts of climate change, and the myriad of other economic adversities which places us on the knife edge of survival. Unity in our region remains, perhaps, the only currency that we can trade, which is impregnable to devaluation. Hence, my friends, it is vital that we build strength in unity of common purpose, to build resilience to achieve the level of economic elasticity that is a prerequisite in order to assure a sustainable future for our citizens. In St. Lucia, we have just concluded an exciting budget process under the theme, Building Resiliency Today to Secure Our Future. It is a budget that is people-focused, mindful that we must remain focused always on the people, and always remember that firstly, they are the ones who elected us for the sole purpose of serving them. Our objective is for the people empowerment and to develop, educate, and train to retain stability, growth, better quality of life, and to attract more opportunities and better standard of living. It is a budget that is innovative, for innovation is the motivation to succeed. It is a budget that is capital intensive with major infrastructural focus on airport development, port development, road rehabilitation, sports infrastructural development, among many other initiatives. Ladies and gentlemen, achieving any form of economic resilience will be determined by how prepared you are as a party to proactively respond to the challenges we face as independent nations and a region as a whole. Therefore, our approach must of necessity be geared towards participatory and inclusive governance, both private and public, strengthen rule of law and order, be transparent, effective, efficient, responsive, and accountable, increase productivity in the public and private sectors, and balance conservation and development to achieve and sustain growth. It is critically important as well to recognize that the self-centered ideology of me, myself, and I must never replace the qualities of openness, commitment to the growth of others, empathy, foresight, ability to listen to the needs of others, build communities, stewardship, valuing diverse opinions, cultivating a culture of trust, developing other leaders, thinking long-term, and most critically, your actions must be tempered with humility. Leadership, my friends, is a serious business, and it is not about a title or designation. It's about impact, influence, and inspiration. Impact involves getting results. Influence is about spreading the passion you have for your work, and you have to inspire people to achieve extraordinary outcomes. As politicians and leaders, we are entrusted to function on behalf of the people first and foremost, and we must never forget that. Like Archbishop Desmond Tutu said, and I quote, "We must inspire confidence and hope in the people, especially the youth, so that they may be able to see that there is light despite all of the darkness that may be around them." Friends, brothers and sisters, our youth must have every confidence that there will never be a night or a problem that could defeat the sunrise of hope, optimism, courage, and faith in the People's Action Movement and Team Unity. This is essential, colleagues, in ensuring that the youth can always express their hopes, dreams, and aspirations from the street corners, ghettos, dark and desolate valleys to the precipitous heights and corridors of national decision-making. The mandate given to us by the people is a privilege that we must honor and respect. We have but one choice: to work together to resolve the challenges to achieve resilience. Hence, you must devote all your energies as PAM and a unity government to stick together with the glue of hard work, commitment to excellence, and good governance based on a people-centered approach to continue to guarantee success. My friends, you must develop the human resource and potential of your great party, the PAM, to allow for growth in every sphere and direction as you seek to endure another 50 years clothed in the garments of unity, love, brotherhood, and respect. Amidst the preoccupation with economic growth and development, we must pay careful attention to the conservation of Mother Nature. We are all very much aware that as a region, we are at the mercy of disastrous impacts of climate change. It is evident that natural disasters have become more frequent and severe, and last year's hurricane season proved just that to us. We saw the impact on our sister islands and the magnitude of the damages. We must work together as countries to mitigate and respond to our trials, most of which we have little control of. It is with this in mind that we must note carefully that for our strategic development plans to take any meaningful route, it has to be socially acceptable, economically feasible, and environmentally sound. Today, I am calling and encouraging members and supporters of this great party to get fully on board and work with your political leader and party executive to ensure the viability and long life of your beloved party. Ladies and gentlemen, we must be resolute and ready to be of service, regardless whether we hold an executive position or not. We all must play our part to serve our party and country. For as the pastor, church planter, communicator, and writer Todd Stocker reminds us, serving is the best kind of leading. My friends, in the words of JFK, and I quote, "There may be times when decisions will be taken which may not be popular. However, we must also look at the bigger picture and trust your leaders and allow them the latitude to function, as I am confident that what they do will be in your best interest." As a servant leader in the humble service of others, I need to emphasize that it is when we put others first, that we will never find ourselves being last. I implore upon you as a party to ensure that your country remains on a path of successful output. To the members and supporters of this great party, I say, get on board. Play your part, as small as it might be. As Mother Teresa reminds us, you may feel that your effort is a drop in the ocean, but the ocean would be much less without that drop. Collectively, put your shoulder to the wheel and take up your duty to uplift this party and to have an active political citizenship in this organization. You have a young and progressive leader. Give him the support so that Sean never loses. Mr. Political Leader, I remain confident that with the collective mass support of the stalwarts, leaders, and members of PAM and Team Unity shall continue to remain victorious. It is clear, having discussed and listened to your political leader, that the PAM has a solid foundation built on unity, respect, love, and togetherness. Your political leader, Honorable Sean Richards, in my profound, humble, and respectable view, is a genuine leader. He is not just a searcher for consensus, but a molder of consensus. He believes from the depths of his heart and soul that where there is unity, there is always victory. And since unity is ever present in PAM, there will always be victory in PAM and Team Unity. Friends, well-wishers, supporters of PAM, I would like to express my deepest gratitude and thanks to you all for the invitation to participate and share this momentous occasion at your convention. I know I have participated in history here today, for I have no doubt that this party will continue to grow from strength to strength. Permit me to thank everyone for the hospitality and the love they have shown me since my visit to your beautiful island for the very first time. I am hoping to enjoy the remainder of my time here and be back sometime in the near future. I remain hopeful that as a united force, dedicated to advancing the will and cause of the people, that you will not let your weakness succumb to the sweetness of the trappings of power and allow you to fall prey to the temptations of discord and disunity. For unity to be real, it must stand the severest strain without breaking. Victory to PAM and Team Unity. Victory to the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. May God bless your beautiful country and people. Peace, love, unity. I thank you.